This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything: birdie opportunities, holes that are fraught by water, bunkering that's being changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in on our featured golfer here at the first. Stepping up to the first tee and off a surprisingly good first round. Let's see if our featured player can conjure up some of that magic here in round 2. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. This is a good-looking shot. Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. Par 4 second hole, a little bit longer than the first, this one at 442 yards.
Yeah, they've added a new tee, changed the bunkering down the right side. Still a semi-blind tee shot, a hole that bends softly to the left side. The bunkering around this green has changed. Still, it requires a very precise tee shot.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left, and he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Frank, about 150 yards to that whole location.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. So one shot closer to the lead with that birdie. Now the third hole, it's a par 5, and how does this one set up, Frank?
It's a nice yardage around that 550, 560 yard mark. So a good drive, you can certainly reach the par 5 and 2. Got to flash it across a little bit of a desert there. This green has been completely changed in 2014, and the addition of one bunker to that right side. Used to be 2.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Safely aboard. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll. It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Frank, a solid par right there, maintains his position. Frank, what kind of shot is required here at the par 3 fourth?
A little drop shot par 3 down the hill in today's standard. Protected now by the two bunkers, one in the centre and one on the right front of this green.
It should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Solid play, heart of the green. Lining this one up for par. In for par. Frank, this is a demanding driving hole, the par 4 fifth.
Another hole that bends gently to the left. There used to be two bunkers down the right side. It's now one, and it's in the perfect position to make you think about your tee shot. Really, you have to be left of that. The new tee's added a little bit of yardage to it. The green still looks the same as what it once was. Tilts slightly from left to right. But you can see why a draw is the preferred shot at TPC Scottsdale.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. I tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. Former college #1 makes another birdie. Now to the par 4 sixth. Decision time, Frank. Driver, or do you go with 3-wood?
A lot of that's going to depend on if there's any breeze. If the breeze is at your back, you can drive it all the way down the right side and take those two bunkers down the right completely out of play. This hole's been stiffened up, though. The length hasn't increased, but that bunkering in that choke point. So, the strategy. Do you have the length to get past them? Or, if you have to lay up, it's going to leave a much longer second shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good swing, good shot yet again. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Settles in over the putt. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Now to the second par 3 on the front nine. This is the 7th hole.
Yeah, quite a stiff par 3 because of the narrowness in the front. Really favouring a higher shot that's going to land softly, and therefore you can open up that green, because the further back you go, the wider it gets.
And it is not looking like a good lie. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. Frank, the par 4 8th. This is a good hole.
It is. A dogleg to the left forces the player to go out the right, and this will play every inch of its yardage, which is over 470 yards. Green's still pretty much the same with that false front, unless there's a flag position in the front. You're really going to have to fly it at least 20 yards or so into that green, otherwise that ball is going to run towards the front.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
He'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
The swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Now his third, staring right at the green.
Safely on the dance floor.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. So close. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. Getting set now over the putt. Bad news is, that's a bogey. The good news, still tied for the lead.
Yeah, he's the only one disappointed. The rest of the field aren't. Made it a real cat fight. He's loading up on it.
Look at the course there.
Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. Wow, Frank, that was an absolute bomb right there.
Yeah, what's longer than long? Because we just saw it.
Perfect. And in the hole. What a shot. Finishing out the front side now at the 9th. And Frank, what do you think of this par 4?
Nice way to finish the front 9, Rich. Very thin green, protected by that little splash bunker in the front. Iron players get a real advantage here. One bunker down the right side to be aware of off the tee, though. I doubt anybody could carry that.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. This would give him the par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. On to the par 4 11th hole. Frank, what's the best play here?
No bunkers really here to worry about, Rich, so you have to pick something in the distance as a good line. Something a little bit away from the water that protects the left side of this fairway. And it's adjacent to the 15th hole, the other par 5 coming home. So a good drive, perhaps with a little bit of cut off the tee. And that should shape up nicely for this long par 4.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. And that one is going to end up in the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. There's another birdie and another move on that leaderboard. 10 under par for the tournament. Par 3 12 may not be as famous as the par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of this green. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
He'll take par and move on. Par 5 13th, chance for birdie or maybe even eagle if you're bold and brave enough, but also, Frank, chance for disaster here?
Well, there is. Water very much in play down the right side. There's a bunker down the left, too. If you finish up in that, there's no way you're going for this par 5 and 2. Then it becomes a zigzag mission. The second shot either has to be hit down the right side, just skirting that bunker in the front, or it has to be all carry.
Great line. What a great shot. He has really hit it a long way. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. These putts keep the round together. What a tremendous display of golf this has been. At the 14th now, it's a par 4.
And a dogleg left once again. The bunker on the left side's been pushed out to the fairway to really make you think whether or not you can carry that. It's a lengthy second shot because it's going to play a little bit uphill. And this green is well protected on the left side with the two bunkers.
Second from an excellent lie. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And getting ready for the putt. In for par. All right, Frank, now the fun begins. We are teed up at the par 5 15th hole. Plenty to talk about here.
Yeah, the fairway down the left side is anything other than straight. It's more like a shipwreck, the raggedness of it. And that water in play, well, if you do find one on the fairway, you can sort of always wave across to the people that are walking down the 11th hole. Find the fairway, you can reach this par 5 and 2. A little bit of an island-looking green there, bunker on the left, and also another bunker just short right. But a fairway missed here. Well, you can rack up 5, 6, 7. We've seen all sorts of scores here at 15.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Good-looking shot right here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Just a couple of feet. Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cut line. Well, here we are at the 16th hole, looking at just over 160 yards. Doesn't seem all that daunting, Frank. But 160 yards with 20,000 people, horned into a little stadium in the desert, that makes it a different story.
It certainly is. This was one hole, too, where Tom Watson would send his caddy forward. He would stay back by 15. His caddy would get his yardage. Watson would simply walk on the tee. His caddy would give him the club. He would not go through his normal routine. He would simply just head away. It was one hole that he never wanted to think about. It might look simple, but it's what the player feels.
Par yesterday, now for birdie. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Good putt. Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17, and the player was Andrew McGee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong, but Rich, it needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byron was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and you know what happened.
Yeah, the ball hit Tom Byron's putter and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now. Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence of bunkering down the left side, but it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Moving a little bit to the right. Just a pure strike, a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.